Hey everyone, my name is Katrina, and in this video I'm going to show you how to help create space in your pelvis, lengthen your glutes, and just kind of decompress everything that's going on in the back of your pelvis. So here I have my pelvis. Oftentimes a lot of people are really stiff in their hips, in their back, and in their pelvis because their pelvis is stuck, it's not moving well. And the reason why that is, I think a lot of it comes from our lifestyle of just being pretty sedentary, sitting at our desk all day, and our pelvis tends to be kind of like in this like posterior pelvic tilt where we're just tucking our tailbone, squeezing our glutes when we're sitting at our computer, and that causes a lot of tension and compression and just tightness in this back area. And this pelvis, it like moves. So like if your pelvis does not move well, then you're gonna get movement somewhere else, whether that's your knee. So that's why sometimes knee injuries can happen, because there's nowhere else in your body to access movement from because you're stuck. So again, this is gonna be a really great exercise if you are pregnant and wanting to move a little better. If you are a runner and finding that your hips are really stiff, this is also really great for you to do. So our pelvis is really a structure that moves in 3 planes of motion. So our pelvis, it has the ability to move forward and backwards, side to side, and into rotation. And if we can't access all those degrees of motion, then we have some issues. So for this exercise, it's going to be really nice and simple, hopefully, but simply going to be in a staggered stance. You are going to bend both of your knees and then hinge your hips forward, lifting your tailbone back. So I'll show you from the side. Stagger your stance, bend your knees, hinge your hips forward, lift the tailbone, and you're simply going to move your knees forward and backward, thinking about keeping your pelvis in this plane of motion. So this is what the movement's going to be like. So right leg forward, left. It's almost like you're skating, but you just want to make sure that you aren't going side to side. Like a lot of people are like trying to do this weird compensation. You really just want to keep your pelvis in this plane of motion and just shift forward and backward. And you're creating some rotation in your pelvis. You're lengthening your glutes. You're just creating some space in that pelvic floor. It just feels nicer. If you're having trouble just really isolating that, you can go against the wall here. And then same thing, you're just going to shift side to side, but you're using the wall as feedback. If you run into the wall, it means that you are cheating. You really just want to kind of like hover near the wall and just do the movement without hitting your pelvis into the wall. So this is called my hip shift. Again, a really great exercise if you are pregnant and wanting to prepare for labor. Open up your glutes, open up your pelvic floor, or if you are just feeling really stiff in your pelvis, like you just want a stretch to do throughout your workday, this is a really great one because it just helps you kind of wiggle out those tight muscles in your glutes, and it just feels a lot better. So let me know how that feels. Comment below what you think.